Call the meeting order, please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is December 8th, and welcome again to our new home. And can I have a roll call, please?
Cleary?
Yes.
Aaron? Yes. Meyer? Here. Rose?
Here.
Coleman?
Here.
Whalen?
Here.
We have the minutes of the November 10th and November 24th meeting. Any additions, corrections, changes, deletions? If not, is there a motion?
So there was, second. Thought I saw one with a dollar amount that was incorrect on the grant. The 24th. Yeah, that the village received 11,400. Page 4. Should be 118,400.
Oh, was the wrong number?
Okay. And then one other thing on the 4th of July ledger. Let's find it.
They've got a Kim's report, wouldn't
Right.
That wouldn't be in the meeting minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry, you're right. I'll be quiet. Any other changes? I'm sorry, was there a motion? I heard a second, I didn't hear the motion. Well, how about you make a motion?
So moved.
And how about a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Cleary?
Yes.
Aaron? Yes. Meyer? Yes. Rose?
Yes.
Coleman?
Yes.
Whalen?
Yes.
Is there anyone from the audience that wishes to address the board? Okay, if not, we have the clerk report.
I lost mine. There it is. Total tax income received since the last meeting, $59,473.07. And one last reminder that the filing dates for the April 7th election are December 15th through December 22nd. And 3 trustee seats are up for election at that time.
Thank you. The commissions, beautification commission, trustee Aaron?
That will be recorded this one.
Just so everybody knows, I don't believe there is a meeting now until March for them, so there'll probably be no report up until then. 4th of July commission, trustee Coleman?
Yeah, the new beer stand is up, the metal work is done, the roof is done. Might add that it was all done by volunteer help. And at this point, we're gonna let it rest till next spring, till the weather breaks, to continue putting in doors and trim work and stuff like that. Also, we've got a contract signed by Melrose for fireworks for the 2015 4th of July celebration. That's what I report.
Thank you. Youth commission, trustee Ford?
Since the last report, we had the Fall Fest. That was a big success. That was a new event this year. Went really well. We participated in the light parade over the weekend, and we have a zoo light trip to Lincoln Park Zoo for the zoo lights scheduled for this Saturday, the 13th.
Yes.
Yep, that's it.
Ribbon of Hope, trustee Whalen?
Ribbon of Hope, we're going to start to have our monthly meetings again after the first of the year. We just went over the $11,000 mark as far as donations. So that's a big plateau to hit. So we're always looking for more donations, but you'll start to see reports coming in after the first of the year. That's my report.
Finance administration, trustee Ford?
Yeah, starting with the accounts, you see a lot of pluses and minuses, changes. From 10 through 11, the administration made a lot of transfers, really most of the transfers required for the year last month. So you had a number of dollars moving around, to fund various obligations that we have. We also had a couple of unique things. We had a salt purchase and the 625 Dixie expenditures that essentially has completed the building. A lot of that happened in November, so that's kind of a one-time thing that we saw there in November. As far as the commission accounts go, we did see that deposit and ribbon of hope there. Otherwise, it was pretty quiet with the commissions as far as expenditures or income. So that's the accounts themselves. If you look at the graphical depiction, you see the village accounts with a pretty steep decline, which is the result of the large payments that went out in the 625 Dixie that put it out of ordinary pattern. If you look at general account, you notice that its pattern is identical to the last couple of years. So really the change came from other accounts, the largest one being the 625 Dixie. So nothing we didn't expect, it's just it's a little, that month's a little odd in our historical pattern based for this building. Then we have the 625, which is getting to be microfilm. Sorry for that. There's a lot of, this is all of the expenses since the beginning, and I show a net total of 13,000 remaining. That's a ledger balance, of course. And so this or the next report, which should be pretty much the end of the Dixie account. I don't know what we've got budgeted exactly, or what expenses we've quite got outstanding.
Yeah, we will be approving, we will be considering a bill from Hall One. That's gonna be on our regular phone bill, so why I'm asking for approval tonight, so I can break it down when that bill does come on the phone bill, and take it out of the capital account when we do accounts payable. That's
Okay. So that's about wrapped up. So far you'd have to say on time and in budget, wouldn't you? Then we have our commission bills. There is a correction in the commission bills. It was brought to my attention that in the 4th of July section, check number 2854 was written and delivered as $1,000, but it was recorded on this report as $2,000. So that correction needs to be made. Otherwise, the other expenditures are depicted here, which is once again chiefly your payroll and the 625 expenditures.
really busy month.
Yeah. So other than that, if there's any questions, that would conclude my report.
Any questions of the treasurer? I make a motion approving the treasurer's information for the prior month.
Second.
Motion on the floor, and there was a second. Any questions of the motion? Roll call.
Wheeling?
Yes.
Coleman?
Yes.
Capros?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Aaron?
Yes.
Cleary?
Yes. The bills were also provided to us in our email and also in front of us. Anything big, Tom? I don't think you had any.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, there were a few additions that came in today. If you weren't aware of, air gas, $39.14. ComEd bill for street lighting, $300. The 3 bills for Constellation that we were missing did come in today. Well, 4 in Cardinal Creek Lift. None of these are any surprises. We had a bill from Hodges Louisi for some type of review of annual CPI figures for our contract with the police department, which was a very small bill. And then there was one to Nemert, that's what I'm looking for, that was the big one.
3,300, that was for training.
3,300, yeah, I don't know if I highlighted that one. Oh, it's at the top, that's one. Yep. And then Shred-X of Wilmington, the amount we had on the statement was incorrect. The actual statement came in for $92 today. There was some kind of $12 charge. And the big bills, Mr. Chairman, were the insurance bills for the year coming in. And we discussed this in prior meetings about the workman's comp coming in at $85,000 when traditionally in the past that bill's been less than 30. But that's because of some substantial claims we had this year in workman's comp. So per our discussions, we distributed that bill accordingly, which we know in
Do we have questions on the bills? I make a motion approving the bills in a total of $237,422.11 for the fire department.
Second.
And a motion on the floor, and there was a second. Any questions on the motion? Roll call.
Cleary.
Yes.
Garrett. Yes. Meyer.
Yes.
Caprows.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
The other item that comes up is concerning our financial plan. Bob's in the process of modifying that. We've had some late changes we need to do to that based on the discussion with the Penfield water main project and sewer plant rehabilitation, so we need to modify the 5-year plan for that. And there's some other issues for the public works we're gonna look at also in that plan, so just let everybody know. Whatever you have in hand right now is preliminary and will be modified for next year, so. Thanks for the report.
Thank you. Public buildings and properties, parks and recreation, trustee Whalen.
Okay, we have a couple bills to pay. We have a call one, which Bob mentioned, final installment for the new phone system at $9,640.62, and also the final installment for the vertical blinds, totaling out, both bills total $10,467.22. I'd like to make a motion to pay those two bills.
Second.
Motion on the floor, and there's a second. Any questions on the motion? Roll call.
Whalen.
Yes.
Coleman.
No.
Caprows.
Yes.
Meyer.
Yes.
Aaron. No. Cleary.
Yes.
This should be the last of the bills that are coming out. I think we're getting close.
It's getting really close. There might be one more bill for a table we haven't received yet, but other than that, we should be done. We will close the account when we know we got everything done and push that into the property journal.
Okay. All right, and then we have a ice rink update.
Yeah, it's gonna go up.
It's gonna go up.
We'll get it up this year.
All right, I can hear the applause already.
That'll be in the 50s.
Now the warmer weather's coming.
Yeah,
Thanks, John. That's right.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
That's right.
didn't we always tell them, you know, over the years, put the ice rink up?
All you gotta do is threaten to do it and the weather will change.
Well, what happened last year?
You put it up too quickly.
Yeah.
Too quickly.
Exactly.
So this is, it seems like it's gonna warm up this week, I don't know.
Yeah, put it up.
Put it up,
Yeah.
so that ends my report.
Thank you. Planning, building, and zoning, trustee Aaron.
Building department monthly report is enclosed for your review. And you consider proposal for a comprehensive amendment to the land use plan. IDOT has executed our grant agreement, but the federal requirement in the grant is that the village accept and review a request for proposal to determine the best firm for the work. The village received 3 proposals which were enclosed for your review. Staff recommends approval from Tesca proposal in the amount of $39,960. So I'd like to make a motion awarding the bid to Tesca proposal in the amount of $39,960 for the comprehensive amendment to the land use plan.
The motion.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor, or was a second. Any questions on the motion?
Yeah, can you guys go over the grade scale you put on this, because there's like 3 numbers, and where did those come from, and
The 3 of us that looked at one.
how did you rate one over the other? That's what I'm wondering, what criteria did you guys use?
Just the quality, scale 1 to 10. We blurred out our number. It wasn't a scientific analysis, if you want to go about it.
There was some work that was going to be included in that, in the price of Tesca.
That's correct.
Because I had asked the same question. And bottom line is, there's some work included in that was already being planned. And Tesca is our planner, in case everybody doesn't recognize his name. And we actually have already approved. The state came in and said we need 2 other prices.
Correct. We already approved this contract in the past. But the federal requirements came down, so we had to accept 3 proposals, so we've gone through that process. And I think it's important that we have Tesca do work, because they're gonna be implementing the plan. You know what I mean, they're a village planner.
Oh, I'm just trying to understand how you guys did the grading. I mean, it's, if the feds wanted you guys to do an evaluation of 3 bids.
That's
I'm just
correct.
understanding how you guys did those evaluations of the 3 bids. That's all I'm asking.
It was a very scientific, thorough analysis. We sat down as a committee and we reviewed the 3, blurred out our numbers, and that was it for the 3.
Okay. Just wondering.
Bottom line is, we felt more comfortable with Tesca because we already had a relationship, we already approved the contract. And then plus there was one item, we mentioned that, talked about that today in my
Tuscan plan includes architecture review of commercial properties, which is something that the planning and zoning committee wanted.
Long time.
Remember last summer you guys had a meeting to discuss that? That site plan work is included in the Tuscan proposal.
Which, so
Should
more,
have included
more
more.
for our money.
Yeah.
It's very scientific, right? You would have been proud of us.
The learning of the numbers is the key. I was just wondering.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Cleary.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Meyer.
Yes.
Capros.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
That was the motion.
No, it's gone.
Okay.
PCC to meet on Thursday, January 25th. On the agenda is a recommendation on the Basil Restaurant outdoor seating area and the initial work on the land use plan. And that ends my report.
Thank you. Public safety, trustee Coleman.
Police Department monthly report and code enforcement monthly report are enclosed for your review. My compliments on the code enforcement report, very well done. I'd love to see that. Status of part-time officers, since there was one last part-time officer school being held by the state between now and 2016, several recruits were placed on the payroll and sent to school. If they successfully complete their training, they will be brought before the village board for formal hiring and swearing in, similar to what we did the last time after summer session was completed. Chief, you wanna?
Yeah, the three that we hired was Marissa Fraher, Michael Kelly, and Nicholas Neekin. And they've already started the academy. That started in November. There was such an overwhelming response for the academy that they're actually doing another academy in February,
Oh, they are?
which that's going to be the last one. The February academy is the overflow from the November one. So it's they'll be back here in a year to get sworn in and officially welcome to the village, and then they'll be able to start. But none of them are certified officers, so they can't even start the job until they get their certification.
Thank you, Chief. Status of police station expansion. Chief, you wanna bring us up to speed on that?
Well, if you notice the squad cars that are parked outside, it's because the garages are, we've started emptying things. The one jail cell was used for storage, and that was from floor to ceiling, and I mean, it was packed. I think we needed a crowbar to get a lot of the stuff out of there, but the overflow is going into the garages. Also, the furniture, a lot of the chairs and desks from the police station is also going in the garage because we're going to have the floors done. The last piece of carpeting in the police station was tore up. That was a small office, my old office. That's going to be tiled tomorrow, and then the following week they'll come in and seal all the floors, and we can start moving stuff back. We started working on the administrative offices. We got the locks all keyed to the same now. Instead of having 3 different keys to get to a different place, Elmer and Son came out, that was one of the bills, so keyed it all to our current key system. That's the Primus key, the security key. Added some security cameras. Also the window for where Linda sits, that's going to be put in, I believe. He doesn't know if he can have it done by Christmas, but shortly thereafter he will put that up. But it's a work in progress. We're starting to organize and get our records together, our evidence room. It's a tedious process. It's just going to take some time.
I understand you're still collecting water bills too over
Yes, we are.
there. Bill slot, yeah.
Yeah, some people stop in, or we bring them over here if they want to drop them in the mail slot. The mail slot is still there. We'll keep it open, and we'll get the water bills here.
Okay, Chief, thank you. Any questions of the chief or myself? If not, that completes my report.
Okay, Public Works Committee, trustee Forrest.
Water Department monthly report and Sewer Department monthly report are enclosed for your review. Leak detection program status report, as far as we know, it's still ongoing. They did begin, so they are starting to locate. They are about done with all the old ductile, and now they will be moving to all the plastic throughout the rest of the village. That's where they started though, was on the old side of town with all the old ductile lines. Water loss training seminar. The AWWA and the IEPA are conducting a joint training session on water loss prevention. Prior to this training, each municipality has to download a software package and gather data on their water system, including unmetered water, which is something we don't have a handle on yet, but we are working on. The seminar was limited to 2 people per municipality. We've asked Donna Rooney, our billing tech, and Buddy to attend this meeting. We have purchased Buddy a new laptop for the software to be loaded up and everything, and to take with him for this training. Status of Penfield water main valves, that still hasn't been done yet, but.
Well, I'll discuss that. You know
Sure.
what, we're gonna dig the top of that tomorrow, since there's a question about whether the nut just needs to be replaced on it, but we will be looking at that one way or another tomorrow.
Okay.
You had another break there today, didn't you?
Well, it wasn't a break, it was a service line.
Is that what it was?
Yes. Somebody's service line blew out.
2004 utility truck replacement update, Buddy.
Waiting for them to deliver.
We're still waiting on the delivery on that. Okay. Fairway Drive paving update. This project has been placed on hold due to the weather. We're gonna go again in spring. That's something that we passed on a emergency basis. My own feeling on it is that come springtime, we have the time to do it the appropriate way for it to go out to bids. I mean, if it could've got done, you know, before the weather set in, it would've been great, but if not, we're just gonna deal with it through the winter. That's something we'll probably look to, let to bid late January, early February. So we'll probably contact HR Green, who's done our road study, and have them proceed with it. We'll let it for bids, and we'll try to get the best price available, get the guys fighting over the first work of the year. Also enclosed is a list of outstanding public works projects. It's enclosed for your review. Accuracy of it, I don't think is very accurate, but it's just something that's between Buddy and Bob as when things get crossed off that are done, but I'd be willing to guarantee most of the board that a large portion of this list is already finished. So it's just a matter of getting the right things crossed off and making sure we get the things that aren't crossed off done. That concludes my report. Any questions?
Just a comment, I happened to see the resident that happened to call about a hole in Fairway Drive on Sunday. And I did explain to them what happened, that we did it out, it was supposed to be done, but then the weather got a hold of us, and then trying to fit it in, didn't think it was the best thing, as you know, Jonathan's saying, so they were aware of what's going on with it. Economic Development, Trustee Meyer.
Bernard welding update?
They are, the engineer's going back to his client to see if they want to counter offer the property owner's letter. And that's what we're waiting for right now. So it's not dead, but it's probably on life support.
And that concludes my report?
Thank you. Under my report, probably what's most interesting, the EastCom, which is our central dispatch center, is going to be looking for a building, because they've outgrown the current building that they've in, because they've taken in other municipalities. And there has been inquiries for other municipalities coming into that center, of which they cannot fit right now. They don't have enough room for any more consoles, so they'll be looking for land. They're developing a committee to do that. The golf course is still, I'm very optimistic. They're going through their financing stages. That's pretty much where we know now. Again, I had occasion to talk to him on Sunday, one of the representatives on Sunday, and I'm still very optimistic. I think it's gonna happen. And I also was told that it's possible, not 100% positive, they could close by the end of the year. So, you know, that is actually happening. Meeting with the bishop. I have to admit, I didn't go there very open-minded, but once I got there, I was hoping to get in and out, but we actually stayed full 2 hours. George went with us, Bob went with us, we tried to convert to Bob to Catholicism, but that didn't work. But anyways,
They won't take me around it.
I found it very interesting. Some of the topics discussed was the Alien Expressway, the airport, the residents affected by both of those projects. Talked about school voucher program, the way schools are being funded. What were some of the other topics? Am I missing?
Senior housing.
Senior housing, talked about the need for senior housing in this general area. He was going towards the Catholic Charities route, and I said, well, it's not necessarily poor, it's just there's a need for senior housing where our residents, as they grow older, if they wanna sell their property and stay within Beecher, there's only one place that actually, if you're healthy, you can live. So that's basically what we tried to explain to him, that what was needed out here. What else?
Broken schools, remember that?
Broke schools with the voucher program.
Generation gaps.
Okay, yeah, I brought up the
Big
generation.
generation gap issues.
The group was basically, Peatone was there, we were there with representatives, and then there was a mixed group of parishioners that were there. In fact, I had one resident come up to me and just, yesterday, and just, they never heard, I guess, my mayoral side of me speak, and they just said it was an interesting meeting, because they never heard me speak that side of it, so anyways.
Well, don't forget Judy was there.
Pardon?
Judy was there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Judy O'Gall was there. Next subject. But it was an interesting meeting. All right. New business, any new business? If not, I want to take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions of that motion?
I know what George was.
Roll call.
Did trustee Aaron second that or did Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Whaling,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Caprows,
Yes.
Meyer.
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Cleary.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that's